If you hear my voice, then you're part of the revolution. Welcome to the new world. I'm your host, the Ratchet Revolutionary, Palmetto Star, but you can call me Prophet. Hit me up on Twitter, Black Twitter, Elon Musk toy, whatever you want to call it, X. Some people call it that. At 2 Raw for TV Radio, that's the number 2, RAW, the number 4, TV Radio. And tonight, if you have ever been to the hospital, if you know anybody that works in the medical or pharmaceutical industry, you need to tune in, tap in, subscribe, and join us now because we're not being quiet anymore. The nurse who refused to stay quiet in the labor room lies she's exposing tonight on 2 Raw for TV. We have the one and only Miko with us,
Oh,
the nurse whistleblower herself. How are you doing today?
I'm good in yourself. That's how my uncle used to do
Blow the whistle. And she's blowing the
it.
whistle on the medical industry, and they're trying to silence her, but hey, she is talking, and they're not gonna. You can't silence the truth. You can't silence the truth when it's raw and uncut like that. And you have been doing a lot of talking to other people, to other, different platforms. You've been doing a lot since your last interview on Two Robert TV, which was just last week. We were just
Yes.
doing this last Thursday on Thanksgiving, what people call Thanksgiving Day. So, we're back at it, and we're going to expose the medical industry, the labor room, pharmaceutical industry, and much more. So you guys tap in, call in 470-572-7678. We're going in. The phone lines are hot. They're busy. So you guys definitely want to tune in and tap in, call in, so that you can speak to Nurse Whistleblower, Miko. You guys definitely want to tap in. And we're going to talk about that plus so much more. We have shadow ban videos that we're going to play, and we're going to talk about so much more. But you guys tune in. You already know we are not going to be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, X for much longer because we only put the first 15 minutes. This too raw for TV. We call it that for a reason.
Hmm.
Always
Makes
banned
sense.
on everything. If you guys seen my latest post, seen our latest post recently, I implore you, go to the Instagram and check it out for yourself. You can check out the censorship for yourself because there's a video with our CEO, Dre. He's talking about Too Raw for TV, and they completely censor him saying the revolution will not be televised. It's Too Raw for TV. They completely censored it. That was Instagram. They took the audio all the way off. Two Robert TV's been banned from the social media before the Tate brothers, before Nick Fuentes, before Alex Jones. Two Robert TV was the one that they banned. So you guys get in, tap in, tune in, subscribe, get a $5.99 subscription level, and support the movement because we are doing major things, and there's so much more to come. 2026. Woo! It's gonna be major, y'all. That's all I gotta say about 2026. But it's coming up very rapidly.
Hmm.
And so we're talking today about these labor room lies that Nurse Miko, the whistleblower nurse, is going to be exposing. And we're talking to her tonight. You guys tap in. Now, you have been, going the rounds since your last interview on Two Raw Over TV. You tapped into the Tampa Breakfast Club. Big time shout out to those fellow media people out there. But what was your experience like there?
It was fabulous. I was very Impressed with the questions. He came prepared. I'm like, I sent him pretty much the same documents I sent you, and he did his thing. And it was like a
Mm.
natural flow. So it was pretty good. And I've never seen them chop up, different segments and kept pushing it out, pushing it out. But that's what they've been doing also,
Mm.
because it's a topic that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, well, everybody is, you know, they went to the doctors, they went to the emergency room, they've been to the hospital at least
Hmm.
once if you're in America, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's something that everybody can relate to, you know, and now especially um after COVID, after all that, a lot of people are, definitely interested in that subject matter because it affects everybody, and everybody
Yes.
knows the whole thing. Now, what was your I did, what was your thoughts on the whole thing? What was your 2020 like
Well,
at the
my
hospital?
2020, I was on respite. I took that year off because when I left California, December the 9th, I flew straight to Jamaica and I was there for 49 days. And then when I came back,
Mm,
that's when, COVID hit. And then I had already started getting my things together to move to Jamaica because I was going to live in Jamaica and fly to Miami and work as a travel nurse. But once the COVID came, I I had to get a new plan because I did not take the vaccine. I will not take
mm,
any more vaccines. And I know when
mm-hmm.
I was in Georgia, they were saying, a jump for the jab, Dunkin' Donuts for the jab. It was like, hey, get a jab and we'll give you a hamburger. The next thing you know, it's
Wow.
mandated.
Yeah, it was
So I'm
like
like,
that.
you take care of these fucking patients. I'm out. Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you? I'm so glad I did not take it. I'm serious. I end up finding this white lady was very heavy with pushing for not getting the jab. So I end
Mm,
up getting me a religious exemption. They said, "What religion you are?"
mm.
I said, "All of all."
Every last single one of them. I'm telling
When
you,
I took
because
my driver's license picture, I had my hair wrapped up. He asked me, "Was I Muslim?" Yep. Because if I take this thing off, my picture ain't gonna be pretty. So yeah, I'm whatever I need to be when it's time to be it.
I know that's right, especially involving that vax, and that's a thing that hit the medical industry hard. I think that's a thing that's why a lot of people do not trust the medical industry, especially what's coming out now about the vax. You have the CEO, the former CEO of Pfizer, saying that definitely that vax was there to maim, hurt, and to not allow pregnancy. It was to make people infertile.
I have a
So
story.
yes,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, as I'm
You
saying.
said
So the former CEO of Pfizer,
Mhm.
the main people that were putting out the vax, is
Mhm.
one that says that it was there to maim, hurt, and make people infertile. So, if you're not hearing that right now, if you're still in La La Land after the former CEO of Pfizer, is saying that the vax was made to harm, maim, and make people infertile, I don't know what to tell you. You're just lost in the sauce.
Willingly.
Mm-hmm.
When I was working because I had started back working 2021. So I'm in Atlanta, and it was this Jewish doctor who, they have their little Sabbath day. So I think it's what, Saturday. So he had a
Mm-hmm.
patient who was pregnant with twins, white lady. Now he was gung ho for giving his mother's this vaccine. Lo and behold, she ended up getting the vaccine, and one of the
Mm.
twins died. And she was 38 weeks
Mm.
pregnant. And
Wow.
when he did the C section, The cord had a blood clot in it, and that was the
What?
cause of the, yes, yeah. And from that time on, that doctor vowed to never give another one of his patients that vaccine.
Mm,
Yeah. I wasn't her nurse, but I was in the nurses station. Yeah. One of her twin boys died. They were
mm,
also taking the placentas. They were doing studies on the placentas, especially the moms who was vaccinated. So they wanted to come and gather up all the placentas. Now, when I started labor and delivery in Harlem in 2007, so 2007 November all the way up till I left like July of 2011, we was throwing the placentas away in the red biohazard. We was
mm,
sending them to the landfill, right?
mm.
But what I noticed, like the only time we would send them to the lab if mom had choreo, if there was something anomaly going on with the baby, so they'll send it to the lab to get studied. We put it on formaldehyde, they'll send it to the lab. But now what I've noticed in different hospitals, and this is from Florida, Georgia, California. I haven't been to New York since I left in 2011, but when I left, we were throwing them in the garbage can. So I haven't been back out there since 2011. But I noticed they take the mom's patient label. Instead of them throwing them in the garbage, they throw them in a bio garbage bin with placentas on it with the mom's patient label. So why are you throwing these placentas away in the bio bin with the mom's patient label on it? Hmm. Now it's a garbage can, but it's the red bio bin. You know how you go in the hospital, you have the red bin for the blood, infectious bodily fluids, but they're
Oh
throwing the
yeah.
placentas away in there. So if my daughter have a baby, everything is normal. When they pick her placenta out that garbage can with everybody else placenta, oh, this is Susie Q. This is Dana Dane.
Mm,
So it's identified and you have to log it in. Then when I was in California, I think it was like 2017, 18, some they wanted what they were doing with the placentas were they were having us ask moms, do they want to donate their placenta because they were trying to make different body parts, the ears.
mm.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff with these placentas. A lot of stuff. Now, for as how much they get for them, that's not my field. Hey, but they're doing a lot of research with these placentas.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
lot of
crazy.
stem cells in that placenta. It's
Hmm.
life in that placenta. So, you know, I just my goal is to have some kind of common ground, common knowledge, because I see a lot of, we call them granola patients. You get so granola to you damn they're knocking on death door. You know,
Hmm.
if you're unhealthy, 9 times out of 10 you can't deliver with a midwife. So if you want to have those home births, unmedicated, less interventions, get healthy first. Because if you come see us, we're gonna throw you on your nose. Meaning we're gonna do all the interventions. That's like me coming to your house, Prophet, and you say take your shoes off before you come in my house. And I just walk in your house with my shoes on.
Mm.
When you come in the hospital is regulated by these governmental agencies. It's things that we have to do. Because if anything go wrong, and you can say, hey, well, they never told me. That's a lawsuit on us. So that's why they have you pushing on your back because the doctor can't see your vagina when you're on your hands and knees. It's a lot of
Mm.
things that I'm telling you, it's a lot of things that happens in the hospital and people in the granola world that the home birthers, when you come in the hospital, you got to pretty much you have your plan and we give you enough rope. But when it start getting to saying like, hey, this not looking good, you need an intervention, but I know the medical field has fucked that up.
Yeah,
And we can
nobody
go into
trusts the
that a little bit
doctors.
more.
Nobody trusts the doctors. I never trusted the doctors anyway. So,
Me neither.
and when my baby was born, we kept the placenta, you know.
Yeah.
So we kept the placenta.
And
Well,
what
I
did you
mean,
have to do to keep the
we weren't even
placenta?
in the hospital though. What's that?
Okay. Oh, because when you go in the hospital, you got to sign that waiver. that we're going to
Hmm.
take the placenta home. You got to have it in a cooler, and it has to allegedly leave the hospital as soon as possible on ice.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
cannot
that
leave it to take the
we weren't even
postpartum
at the
with you. It
hospital.
has to leave the hospital.
It was we didn't even have the baby in the hospital. That's how much I
So that's
distrust
the
hospitals.
difference. So, that's the difference. So that's why that's what I'm telling the patients. You want to keep your placenta? They're pretty much lenient with it, but it's rules that we have to follow because it's considered biohazard waste.
Mm.
So
Well, we're live in the labor room with the nurse whistleblower, Miko Nurse Whistleblower. You guys check her out. Hit her up on Instagram at the labor room underscore. You guys check her out. But guess where you're not going to see her? You're not going to see her on Twitch. You're not going to see her on Facebook. You're not going to see her on Instagram. You're not going to see her on X. You're not going to see her on TikTok because they're not going to have this on there at all. You guys know we're super shadow banned, super censored, and we are too raw for TV. The revolution will not be televised. You're going to run those commercials.
Are you a content creator, podcaster, or media maverick seeking a platform that puts you in control of your monetization? At 2raw4tv.tv, we empower you to choose how you earn, whether it's through ad revenue, subscriptions, or exclusive partnerships. Join the monetization revolution. Monetize your passion your way. Visit 2raw4tv.tv now and take